Tonight, we are on an adventure to the heart of the Peruvian Amazon. There you will find a frog whose poison is said to possess healing qualities. But the key word in that sentence is poison. So why are so many people going all this way to take all this risk? Here's ABC's Mariana Van Zeller with the latest installment of our series, Into the Wild.
In this otherworldly darkness of the Amazon, the only thing one can be sure of is that you're being watched.
All the sort of most dangerous creatures, the poisonous snakes, they all like to come out at night. Look, a fish just jumped into the boat.
We've put ourselves at the mercy of the untamed wilderness.
Woo.
In search of a fabled Amazonian tree frog that has long been used by tribes here.
We'll see how many hours it takes to find this frog.
Now in high demand, thousands of miles away, in the hills of Los Angeles, where ceremonies like this one have become the latest cleanse trend. Here, these people are poisoning themselves with the toxins from that frog.
So just remember, the breath is your guide.
Called Kambo or sapo, it's applied to burned skin and absorbed into the bloodstream.
Kambo is something very unknown.
This process is not for the faint of heart.
You need to almost have a sense of courage to come here. That's it.
You can hear
As you can hear,
somebody throwing up.
the effects of Kambo.
The effects shortly fade away, and practitioners say it's worth it,
And I felt like Superwoman.
claiming the process can help cure depression, drug dependency, heart problems, high blood pressure, and gastrointestinal issues.
I believe that everyone should go through this experience at least once in their life.
You're basically putting the poison from a frog in your body and your system. Did that scare you at all?
It did kind of scare me, but I kind of trusted like something, my intuition.
Right now, there's no research indicating benefits to human health, and it's not officially classified as a medicine. There's no regulation of this treatment by the FDA or other authorities.
Do you think there are any dangers associated with Kambo?
Like any medicine, if you take it and do it with no knowledge, there's obviously more danger. Kambo requires a certain amount of preparation. I would say it's not wise to do Kambo if you have not done it before, alone.
Kambo is legal in the US, and the people here seem to think it's working. So we decided to travel to where this ancient process began, to the Amazon rainforest, to see if we could actually find the creature at the center of this craze.
It was a very early morning. We woke up at 5 a.m., took a 2-hour bus ride, and then another 2.5-hour boat ride. And now we're here in the middle of the Amazon. We're taking this motorized canoe another 2 hours upriver to the campsite. Gracias. So this is the dry season, so we have to take the long way around the river to get to the campsite. Tiene muchos turistas que vienen aquí procurando el sapo.
Ahora el 90%.
But now he's saying that 90% of the tourists that he brings out here are coming to look for the Amazon's medicine. And he's saying increasingly they're looking for the frog. So we're going into one of these little shortcuts, these little tributaries. There are thousands of these tributaries all around the Amazon.
Having been to the Amazon a few times before, I'm always struck by its beauty and its challenges.
Gracias. So it's the dry season here. The river's really, really low. So in this case, we actually had to get out of the boat so they could pass.
After getting stuck a few more times, our 2-hour journey
Gracias, Ruben.
turns into 3. But finally,
And we're here. This is where we're spending the night.
joining us on this adventure is Peter Arnold from Switzerland.
So you did the Kambo, the sapo? The
I
frog?
did it, yeah.
What was it like?
You throw up, you feel very sick, you feel like you're going to die. And finally it's going away, and after that you have a kind of feeling of being relieved.
Why did you decide to do it?
It was a unique experience, like I just wanted to know what it feels like, you know.
El día nunca se les encuentra.
My team is getting curious about this experience too. But to do that, we have to find a frog.
The sapo comes out at night, and usually only when it's really dark and cloudy nights.
As twilight settles, it's time to start the hunt.
We have our snake boots, our headlights, our mosquito repellent, Okay. And the rule of the jungle is that, especially at night, you don't touch anything. It's a really shallow spot, so we have to get out of the boat. Be careful where you put your feet. I mean, no, don't move. Look, it's not our frog, but it is a frog. It's been almost 3 hours. We haven't been very lucky so far, so they've decided to park our boat and head on foot into the jungle. I really hope they know the way back to the boat. Ah, wow, look, there it is. That is amazing. Big, huh? Grande.
Here, we hit the jackpot. We find not one, but 2 frogs.
At night, that they just sit there, they don't do much. During the day, they're camouflaged, so it's almost impossible to find them.
But on our way back, we almost lose someone in our team in the process.
So Jasmine, our producer, just lost her boot in the swamp here.
With luck, we easily find our way back to the boat.
3 hours, we found 2 frogs, heading back to camp, and tomorrow is the big day.
This camp is owned by Amazon explorer Peter Gorman, the man who claims credit for bringing sapo to the United States.
Somehow just seemed to explode on the scene. It's the emerging stages of a small but legitimate phenomenon.
As treatments from the Amazon, like Kambo, become more popular, Gorman says one can't ignore the impact it could have.
I don't think any indigenous group in the Amazon is large enough to be able to handle busloads of tourists coming in. I think that would destroy their entire way of life.
The next morning, it's almost time for us to try for ourselves. But first, the toxins must be extracted.
They just have these 4 sticks. They open up the legs with these strings, and then it starts secreting its poison.
All the secretion you see is protection. After this, the frog will be a little weak. We free it and it will eat to recuperate its energy.
I get a little quality time with the frog before he's released back to the wild.
It's cold and sticky and wet. And they say you can hold it. It's not harmful at all unless you hold it and then you put it in your eyes or your mouth. Aquí lo vamos a poner. Okay, little buddy.
While the frog regains its strength, it's Peter's turn. The frog poison has been dried onto a stick and in the traditional Amazonian way, reconstituted with spit.
What are you feeling?
It's like heart pounding. That's a start.
So I sit down.
After making it all the way here, I can't back down now.
In 15 seconds, he says I'm going to be able to feel it. Blood is rushing to my eyes, my head. Your heart is racing as fast as if you just ran a marathon.
How are you feeling, Peter?
I think I might need to throw up. The question is, why do people do this to themselves? I'm going to find out after how I feel.
I believe this really works, like the detoxification of your body.
A few hours later, Peter is feeling better. And as for me?
Still a little lightheaded, but also sort of full of energy, almost back to normal.
Miracle medicine? Maybe not, but the magic and wonder of the Amazon, undeniable. For Nightline, I'm Mariana Van Zeller in Peru.